Do you train Nigerian boys on how to scam women on the internet?
Never. I never do that.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. If you guys haven't seen my last video, make sure you go watch that right now. That's going to be part one of this insane story about this old lady that's gotten catfished on Dr. Phil's show. She thinks she's fallen in love with this guy who's stuck over in Nigeria and has given him over $100,000. And apparently the man you're seeing right now is innocent and has had his pictures stolen by these scammers, and they're using him as, you know, the catfish bait. But there is a lot more to this story. I have recently found out. Dr. Phil uploaded some more parts to this, and let's just say it's very insane. So make sure you keep watching to the very end. But without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna have him explain it.
They came across Kathy, who runs a worldwide Facebook scam alert page. She has known about Khaled for the past 8 years.
So this lady that Dr. Phil's producers found while doing their research claims that she has known about this Khaled guy for 8 years, and that he has routinely had his pictures stolen and has actually had some information that alludes to him being very guilty and in on this whole thing. Like, he's the one supplying these scammers with these pictures, which would be absolutely insane, but it is plausible. I mean, the guy seemed kind of sketchy. The way he just had his arms crossed, I don't know, his body language is definitely off, and that is one thing that, looking back, I can see he might not be legit. But don't worry, Dr. Phil talks to him in a second here, and he's going to be fully exposed by Dr. Phil.
He's a professional, charming guy, knowing how to brainwash women.
So this woman knows multiple other people that have been a victim to this scam that have also actually gone and met with him and, I don't know, been scammed while they were out with him. He makes them think that they're going to move away together, just basically love scamming these old women. So apparently if there are multiple victims all with the same story, some of them actually going to meet this guy, that makes him pretty much exclusively guilty. Yo, really quick, you guys, there's a large chunk of you that watch my videos that aren't subscribed, which is kind of whack if you ask me, but make sure if you're enjoying the videos, please scroll down and hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so much, as well as like the video so that more people can see it. But without further ado, we'll get back into the video. And now we're about to hear from one of the other victims who has actually gone out and met Khaled multiple times and has been scammed over years by this guy. And it's a very similar scam to the one that is happening to this old lady on stage right now, who I feel extremely bad for. Think about it, you guys. She just found out that her whole love story was false and she's never going to get her money back, which is already heartbreaking. But then you find out that this guy who claims he's, oh, I'm so innocent, I'm just like you, I'm innocent, he was saying, he is not at all, and he is a malicious scammer that has done this to multiple people for years. That is just heartbreaking information.
So you have actually met him, and
Yeah.
you've gone to see him, and you say that he got money from you.
And this lady claims that he actually invited her into his family and was making her think that she was becoming a part of his family. This is an in-depth scam that he is running on these multiple women. I don't know if it's so that he can go on vacations with random people and just have people on speed dial or what. That is already just malicious and terrible. But I honestly think he is just doing all of this to scam multiple people out of their money. And this is like a very long con going on right now. He's not just getting the money and dipping. He's routinely going back and being like, hey, can I get some more money from you? It's what we see with this old lady. She was about tapped dry, and then all of a sudden he's in some jail, critically ill, and needs all of her money like instantly. So of course she's gonna give him even more.
Because that's all he ever did was send me love poems. And I did actually Google them and found that some of them have been, he's plagiarized them.
So this guy is also just the laziest scammer ever. Like, earlier on in this segment, they were talking about how the Sun caught on originally when he was looking at these pictures by seeing how terrible the Photoshop job was on the pictures that they were sending. They asked him to write her name down, and he just did a terrible job doing this. Like, you just don't mess up that bad. But then he's sending love poems to this other girl that he's just completely plagiarized. Like, he does not care to even give any effort into chatting with these people. He's just like, oh yeah, I love you, you're wonderful, we're gonna be together one day. Hey, can I have $1,000?
Did I hear you say that you are a lawyer?
No, I am not. I am mechanical. I am mechanical engineer. I'm working offshore.
First of all, I'm really surprised he agreed to be on Dr. Phil's show if he is truly the ringleader of this whole scam. Not only are you a major criminal for doing this, but you are a ballsy and stupid one at that, because this is now going to be televised to millions of people.
She feels like you have been very much a scammer with her and have gotten money from her.
Samantha was coming in Lebanon here to visit my family.
So he gets asked just pretty straight up by Dr. Phil, hey, this girl Samantha, who just talked to us on the phone, thinks that you're very much a scammer and that you have swindled her out of money emotionally as well. You have just completely scammed her. And he's like, yeah, she came to meet my family. Like, how does that answer the question, dude? Are you a scammer or not?
She has evidence that you have been
No, I don't know
training
her.
boys to use your pictures to scam people around the world.
So then Dr. Phil brings up this other lady that they've been talking to who, like I said, has had a history of knowing this guy for the past 8 years, she says. He has been running similar love scams on old women across the globe. And as soon as he brings her up, this guy's like, nope, I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't even need to hear the rest of your sentence, Dr. Phil. I just don't know this person, okay? Stop talking about it. Like, dude, you are looking more and more guilty the more we stay in this interview.
Use your pictures to scam people around the world into sending money, and that you get a cut of the money that they send in.
So that's what this lady claims is going on. That is the full story of this scam. This guy's pictures are getting stolen because he is supplying the scammers with said pictures so that they have a realistic old guy to fool old lonely women with, and then he operates the whole love section of it, and they split the profits, which is just probably hundreds of thousands at this point, if this lady alone has given him over 100 stacks herself.
I don't know Katrina before. I don't know Anna before. Sorry, I am sorry about that.
And this guy is just still adamantly denying it, obviously. But at this point, when you have this many people, like I said earlier, sharing the same story, it makes this guy seem extremely guilty. And we have no reason to believe otherwise. I mean, his whole story is odd. Did not make a very creative backstory for this character that he has. But it's just unraveling before us, and it's beautiful.
Do you train Nigerian boys on how to scam women on the internet?
Never. I never do that. I never have a friend Nigerian. Only with my work before.
And Dr. Phil just decides to ask him the same question again. This is like the teacher, just like, no, that answer doesn't count. That's BS. I'm gonna ask you again in front of the whole class, and you're gonna answer me legit this time. Go. He's really being put in the spot right now.
Samantha said you sent her poems that you said you wrote, and that you asked her for money for repairs and hospital bills.
Of course, this is my friend.
Yeah, Samantha's my friend. Don't your friends send you money for medical bills and to get you out of tax jail? I mean, come on, just a friend lending another friend 100 stacks. It's a small amount of money, Dr. Phil. You just don't understand.
Using me for money, taking advantage, brought me into his family, promised me everything and gave nothing.
So that was the final sentiment from the woman Samantha on the phone. She sounds absolutely heartbroken and just entirely over the situation. I feel extremely bad for all the women involved, but I'm glad this guy was idiotic enough to come onto the show because one, it was very funny to watch him scramble at the end there when he finally was getting grilled by Dr. Phil. And two, at least this is getting a big reach and millions of people will now see his face and hopefully catch on to these scams in the future. Good luck making any more money with that, man. But that about does it for this video. Quite the twist in this story. I really was not expecting that when I started the original catfish video. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, peace out.